Hi there, Deadeye Delboy here, back with another video. I've been gone for 2 whole weeks really. Been on holiday, had a week in Blackpool. So if you're not familiar with Blackpool, it's basically the Las Vegas of the UK without the budget, the glitz or the razzmatazz. Anyway, it's a wonderful place. I've been going for many years with my family, and it was my turn to take my daughter there for her first trip, even though she's only a toddler. It's all about making memories that she can look back on via photographs, because she won't be able to remember any of it because she's too young. But anyway, you know what I mean. But anyway, we've got a daily race A for you here, and it's a really fun race. You're going to see me do something that I don't normally do, which is dropping from the front of the grid, pole position, to the back of the grid and racing from there. I don't normally like doing this, and you won't really ever see me doing it because I feel that it kind of affects other people's races, can affect their DR, can affect their SR, and it's just something I'm not a fan of. I believe if you qualify in a position, you should race from that position. Quite agree with other people thinking different, not qualifying and racing from the back, all that's good, just my viewpoint. However, with this being a no DR, no SR race, I thought, well, it's a good chance to try it out, especially in this race, as it looked like I might just drive away from the rest of the field, because it was a late night lobby and it was a really mixed sort of field in terms of ratings. So you'll see the race unfold though, and it's a very, very, very dramatic race. So yeah, hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you once again as well for getting me over the 4,000 subscribers mark. I think in the last video I said we were close. Well, we've absolutely smashed it now. So once again, thanks for hitting that subscribe button. If you've not done it and you're back here on the channel again watching another one of my videos, then please, help the channel out, hit that subscribe button. It would be very, very much appreciated. But yeah, so without further ado, I think we'll just jump into the action, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. So here we are, daily race A, and if you look at the chat, I am telling people in the chat, in the lobby, that I'm going to be dropping to the back. So I did that in the lobby just to warn people, because I didn't want the guy in P2 following me off to the side and causing him a problem. So making it clear from the outset that I had decided I was going to drop back in this one, and it wasn't because it was some sort of ego trip or anything like that. It was purely because I wanted to, have a decent race, and I was about 2 seconds quicker in qualifying than the guy in P2, so I felt like I might drive away from the field, and I didn't really want that. Also, the fact that we had an A+ driver coming from the back, I thought, well, if we go in behind him, we can maybe have a bit of a race with him. That's Twitch F1 Slayers, and I know that he's a very quick driver. I've raced him many times. He's quicker than me, put it that way, so I felt like it would be a good test to just try and stay with him and see if we can move through the field at all. So lap 1, we're going to just try and catch back up to the field. You can see somebody off there on the left. I think they've just missed their braking point. But what I will say is we'll look back. There's quite a few incidents to go over, and we'll look back at these at the end of the race, so stick around for that. You can see here Slayers and James Bond 007 giving each other a lot of respect there, a lot of room, that corner, so that's nice to see. Even though it's a non-DR SR race, always good to see people giving each other respect in these races. And I'm just going to close right up in 007 here, but we're just going to back off because we can see that we just didn't have enough of the car alongside to make a move. It's somebody else having a little bit of a difficulty there. It's Elizabeth getting a bit wrong going around the right hander there, and you can see we're just going to try and get the position back from 007. Just overshoots his brake marker as he tries to keep it tight in the inside, and the leader's off, and there's somebody else off with him, so we've picked up another 2 positions there. So again, we'll have a look back at that at the end of the race just to see exactly what happened with that one. So this is a horrible, I don't know about you, but I hate this last sector of this track. It kind of puts me off this track, a lot, to be honest with you, because I'm relatively quick in terms of pace through the first 2 sectors, but that last sector, that last chicane, it's an absolute lottery if I get it right or not, and it usually ends up costing me about half a second, if not more, which is really frustrating. But you can see up ahead now, Slayers, he's involved in a battle with his compatriot David S, and they're going to go a little bit almost side by side coming through the first couple of turns there. Slayers has obviously got a bit of pace here, and he's trying to find a way past. Now it's up to me now just to try and be patient and see what kind of scraps I can pick up if they're going to have a fight. They make a little bit of contact there, but yep, respect given, and Slayers makes the move, but David's not finished here. He sees a chance to send it immediately straight back up the inside. A little bit of a tit for tat situation there, but all's good, all's fair as far as I could see in those instances, and yeah, nothing too untoward about it. But Slayers is obviously getting back on the power. We've managed to catch right back up with him, and that's good news for us. So again, we're just going to try and stay with him as he gets a little bit sideways there, but he's got a really good run on David there, coming up to this really tricky tight left-hander, and it'll be all about who can hold their nerve under braking. Both of them getting into the zone there. David just running a little bit wide there, and obviously looks like he got Slayers onto the AstroTurf. If you look at the radar here now, and there's been a big incident there, and you can see from the delta that we immediately start to gap Slayers behind us, so clearly something big happened there. And again, like I said, we will check this out at the end of the race, but the net gain from my point of view is I'm up to P3. I've got a run now on P2, but I've just got nowhere to go, and we give him a little bump draft there. So we just sit in, tuck in behind, try and use the slipstream now to good effect. Thinking about whether or not to go for the move, and we're going to go for it. So into the braking zone, on the brakes, look at the radar there, giving each other enough space there. Just getting the car out in front and then making the turn into the left-hander, and we can put the power back down and try and break away now from P3. But we're quite far behind now, we're over 4 seconds behind P1, so we've got a lot of work to do to try and catch up here. So we really need to put in a tidy lap here and see where we come out at the end of it. But at this point, whilst we have a slight lull in the proceedings, we watch me try to put in a clean lap round here, a challenge in itself, I just wanted to say a huge thank you again to everybody who has helped get the channel over that 4,000 mark, and yeah, really do appreciate it. If you've not subscribed to the channel and you've found yourself watching these videos more than once, if you've found yourself back at this channel, think about making that move and clicking that subscribe button. You know you want to. Don't make me beg, but I will beg. I'm not above it. I'm quite happy to lower myself to that just to get that extra subscriber. I joke, honestly. Well, kinda, maybe. Yeah, I probably would beg a little bit. But anyway, here we go into this horrible last couple of turns here as you watch me trying desperately to find some sort of ways. I missed the apex, get it into third gear to avoid any wheel spin, and if you get that wrong there, you can end up wheel spinning yourself, doing a 360 straight into the pit lane. So as we come across the line, doing a 1:47.5, not particularly quick, but we have got that gap down to just under 3 seconds. So if we call that a second a lap, and we can see here, as we skip forward to crossing the next lap, I've now done a 1:46.6, so finding a bit of pace, and we're now down, took a second and a half out of them that lap. So again, crossing the line, you can see we've took another second out of them. So we're going to watch this full last lap and see if we can, come from the back almost and do the job, get it finished. So the German has, been leading for basically the full race now since the end of lap 1. He's had the lead, and he's probably been watching the delta come down slowly but surely, lap by lap. And if he's anything like me, that starts to put the fear in me. When I'm in that situation, I start to tense up. I usually start missing my apexes, a little bit like that, and that all adds up to a very nervy finish. So can the German do what avoid doing what I usually do, and can he hold his nerve? Well, we're under obviously no pressure from behind. We've got an 11-second gap, so we just focus there. But what I did find is that as soon as I got close, the dirty air, and that's a big thing about this game at the moment, the dirty air is really strong, and it does make overtaking quite difficult at times. So we're going to try and close in here. We've lost actually a little bit of time there. We've not really made any inroads in this lap. and we still maintain that half-second gap, and by the time we got here it looks like we've got sort of nowhere to go, because it's extremely difficult to pass in this sector without dive bombing basically. But you can see he just goes a little bit wide, gets onto the sort of yellow sausage, he's missed his next braking point, he's desperately trying to hold on, and we're going to go past. Unbelievably, we managed to take the P1 there. Thank you to the ghosting system, I may add. It takes a big thank you and a big helping hand in that there, because without the ghosting system actually working there, it would have been carnage, and it would have probably ended up with us leaving the track in a sidewards direction. Now, I'm leaving this bit in here because watch the chat and watch how it unfolds, because Slayers and David S start to basically go at it. They are not happy with each other, and it really just descends into a slanging match. And yeah, I think in the cold light of day, they probably look back at this conversation and regret it, because they basically just stoop to, you know, all sorts of trash talk. And you know, I hang about for this sort of thing because I quite enjoy it. I had the popcorn out, looking to see how it would unfold. And yeah, like I said, it's not pretty. Nobody really wins from conversations like that, except for people like me who enjoy watching the drama. I'm not going to lie, I enjoy watching the drama. So, as you can see there, yeah, I don't really know who was to blame, but we're going to have a look and see what happened at the end of the race, as promised. As we jump into the replay, here's the unfortunate first person to leave the track in the form of Kong. Just missed his braking point, nothing to see here, and Elizabeth again just back left tyre onto the grass, sends the car in a full spin. They do actually well to hold it in the right direction. And here was the leader making a bit of a mess of it on that turn there, almost taking the Porsche out, definitely taking the McLaren out. So that was a bit of a disaster for them. You can see from the McLaren's point of view as they desperately try to get past, but just the slightest clip, and that is painful for the Sweeney. So yeah, shame for them there. But here's the big talking point of the race. This is where it all kind of started. Slayer sending it. Don't know if David was a bit unhappy about the slight contact there, but nothing really untoward, because he sends it straight back immediately, and there's about the same amount of contact. So this is the big moment though. David sends it up the inside there. He just doesn't give Slayers any room whatsoever there, and Slayers is really not best pleased there, and decides to take immediate retribution, and that is what caused it all. Basically, you can see from Slayer's point of view here, he's given no space at all, and he's out on that arse stuff which is like ice, so he was obviously unhappy with that. You can see me gaining out of it, but Slayer's, yeah, just giving out a little bit of what he probably felt was justice there, picking up a 3-second penalty in the process. And there was one last incident here. The poor McLaren driver, the Sweeney, he's already been the victim of one unfortunate incident there. He makes the move on David. David tried desperately to take him out there, and then definitely did succeed in taking him out there, and picked up, I believe, a 4-second penalty for his trouble. So all in all, yeah, not the best. But here's at the end, and you're going to see the ghosting system working absolutely brilliantly here, as it goes out just at the point where he would have absolutely sent me to the Shadow Realm. So all good there. We will take the victory. Good race. I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Interesting to see this daily race A using Group 3 cars with the no SR, no DR situation. So yeah, try it out. I know it's late in the week, but if you've not given it a go, I would certainly suggest it. And hopefully we can see GranTurismo doing more things like this in the future to give us a little bit more variety. But once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Goodbye.